Welcome to Women of the Metaverse. I am Cheryl Laidlaw.
I am Angela Harkness. We have been and are still on a journey to discover the Metaverse, Web 3.0, NFTs, and anything that we are required to know to join this world.
From this podcast, we will help you to unlock how the Metaverse is going to impact your brand, your business, and even your personal life.
Join us as we take the mystery out of this new digital universe.
Welcome to Women of the Metaverse. In this episode, we are talking about dating in the Metaverse and what the future holds for online dating world as we move closer to virtual reality dating in the Metaverse. We've seen the likes of Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and many more dating apps be a massive hit online, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they adapt their apps for the Metaverse. So we've both done some research on this subject, and as we were completely clueless, and you could say I went a step further because I actually had my very first date in the Metaverse last month. But we'll get to the juicy bit later in the episode. So Angela, do you want to hit us with some stats on the dating world as it stands right now?
Okay. I was really shocked with this. So 19% of internet users are currently using an online dating platform. It is estimated that there are over 8,000 competitive online dating sites and platforms worldwide. That is astonishing.
That's amazing.
Dating app revenue was 5.6 billion in 2021. I wonder if that's such a massive amount because we were coming out of COVID and it was kind of the only way that people could
meet each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
In 2022, 366 million people worldwide used dating apps or dating sites to meet new people. That is astonishing. Almost 14% of online daters get married to someone they met on a dating site or app. I know, must know someone that's got married. Yeah, I know.
Loads of people that have got married as a result of Tinder, Bumble, or any of the other apps. We're not being sponsored.
No, we are not. We are not.
I mean, I was going to say, I remember that you sent me a TikTok about the girl.
Oh, this is incredible. Yeah.
Created an avatar.
Yeah. So she created,
go on, tell me.
She created her own avatar. So she is a influencer and she created her own avatar. I think is it called Karen AI? Where
Karen.
Is it? I think no, but I'm sure it starts with a C. So I think it might be. We'll put the link in the show notes so you can see because it really is very interesting. And she offers 1 minute dates, or it's $5 a minute for you to be this avatar's boyfriend. And she is raking it in. I mean, she believes she can get to £5 million a month doing this, which is unbelievable. So I'm not sure.
I'm in.
Yeah, me too. But I did do a bit more research because like, well, how is she doing this? This, like, if you just got a bish bash bosh an avatar together. But she did spend a lot of time. She spent probably a lot of money. They took a lot of data from YouTube videos that she's created to make sure they had all her mannerisms. They had her voice down. And then they created this avatar that looks exactly like her. And that's how she can sit at home making money because she's not doing anything now. She just puts the avatar out there and people can go on a date with her.
I can't wait for London Web Girl to do that. She can do all the sales stuff. She can build the websites.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it will get easier as well. You know, she was really ahead of the game. I think there's even an agency for this too. So anyway, before we go into dating side of things, let's talk about the virtual venues and social spaces that already exist. In the metaverse, the possibilities for meeting new people and forging connections are boundless. Virtual venues and social spaces serve as vibrant hubs where you can engage in a myriad of activities, socialize, and yes, even find love. Let's dive into some of the most popular virtual environments that have become hotspots for dating and meeting like-minded individuals. Dreamland Oasis, this enchanting virtual beach resort, is the epitome of relaxation and leisure. Picture yourself strolling along pristine sandy shores, dancing under a starlit sky, or cozying up by a virtual bonfire. Love this.
You would love that, but just without the guy.
Without people. Without anyone annoying me.
Yeah.
Stellar city nights for those seeking an electric atmosphere filled with energy and excitement. Stellar city nights is the place to be. This bustling metropolis simulates a vibrant nightlife experience, complete with bustling clubs and rooftop bars. Serenity Gardens, are you a nature lover? Serenity Gardens provides a serene and picturesque setting for those who prefer a more tranquil environment. And then there's Cosmic Gallery. If you and your potential match share a love for art, the Cosmic Gallery is a must visit. Immerse yourself in a virtual art exhibition that transcends the boundaries of traditional galleries. Marvel at stunning digital art installations, engage in lively discussions about artistic expression, or even collaborate on your own virtual masterpieces. That's really lovely. I love that.
I like that last bit. I'd like to create a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Together with my, date.
Yes.
Without getting dirty and, paint all over you.
Yeah. Remember, these are just a few examples of the diverse virtual venues and social spaces available within the metaverse. I love most of it, though. I think they sound really good.
They're great ideas.
Yeah, right.
Great ideas, yeah.
Before we go any further, tell us your dating story, your metaverse dating story.
Okay. Now, this actually came about organically, guys. So I was introduced to the person that shall not be named.
No.
And they don't live in London and is a bit of a gamer. So he actually suggested, shall we have a date in the metaverse? Now, I absolutely jumped. I was so ecstatic. And I text Angela that day and said, oh my goodness, I've just been asked if I want to go on a date in the metaverse. I couldn't quite believe it. So I was like, well, how's this going to actually work? And he's like, well, you've got Oculus. I was like, yep. He's like, I've got my own VR headset, and the one that is compatible with both is a app called VR Chat. So we used VR Chat. So I went, downloaded the app and created my avatar. And there was only a few to choose from. But again, I made sure that I was looking appropriate for my date. And then we had the experience of trying to find each other.
We've had that though when we go into some other things. You've
met a face.
Yeah, you've got it. You are a bit like, where are you? Where are you? But I guess if you were trying to find one another in London, it would be the same thing. Where are you? Where are you? Drop me a pin. Drop me a bit.
Well, you can summons people if you get their name right. But again, we had a few technical hiccups where we couldn't find each other's handle. So eventually we found each other, and I was like, where have you taken me? And he was just this really, this modern house. I don't know if it was his homeroom or something like that. And I was like, right, well, now that we're here, what are we going to do? He was like, follow me, come with me, just follow my avatar through this glass window. So I'm like, okay. Thinking this is the first time I've heard his voice, right?
Did you feel safe? Did you feel like, oh yeah, I'm intrigued, or?
Oh, I felt completely safe. And if anything, I was a little bit embarrassed that he was dressed as a wolf. I've later since found out that he wasn't meant to be a wolf, but his character and his avatar wasn't basically the Oculus couldn't. I
Oh,
basically
I
couldn't
see.
see his
The
creation.
interoperability couldn't.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
got
okay.
the default. I got the default
Oh,
avatar, which
right.
was a
Okay.
fox or a wolf or something. I was thinking, of all the things he could have picked for the date, that's a bit of an odd costume or a bit odd avatar. So, so I follow him into this room, and it is a huge snakes and ladders game. And I'm like, okay. And he's like fiddling around with these buttons on the wall. And he's like, this is a questionnaire, like dating game, a lot like snakes and ladders, where we roll the dice and then we land on a question and that person has to answer it. So I was like, this is so cool. So he configured it to because you can go in this particular game and have it to any genre, for example. So you could have it on Star Wars, or you could have it on, something else. So he put it in dating mode, and we played this massive game of snakes and ladders for probably about an hour, and I found out so much about him. I think we were in the metaverse about 2 hours throwing this dice
So
around.
when you were doing all of this game, were there any other couples in there or any other people, or did you have that room to yourself?
We had the room to ourselves.
Okay.
So I don't know if, I mean, it must have been exclusive for us, because I don't think anyone else could have come in and we didn't have that experience or anyone interfering. So yeah.
Would you recommend it? Would you go on another date in the metaverse?
Definitely, honestly, because you get their personality.
Yes.
Comes through, especially with an hour or two being with them. I probably had a smile on my face the whole time. One, because it was so new and exciting, and two, because we actually got on as well.
And you didn't need to go out of your pajamas, do you?
Oh my God. I didn't have to put makeup on. It was really, really good experience. And just so happens that we were doing this episode that
well, it kind of spurred this episode, right? Like we thought there was a really good idea. So
it won't be long before there is a full-on app, especially for dating, I think.
Oh, I'm sure.
In fact, I'd love to be the creator. If anyone wants to collaborate with me, then give me a shout.
I think it would be brilliant. I think it would be a way for, people, a different way for people to connect. And I'm sure, because I remember when there was sort of dating agencies, but you used to have to go to them. I never went to anyone. And then all of a sudden, this sort of online, and it would have been by phone, first of all, came out. And then it's just, now it's almost, and it was like, oh, are you really doing that? Are you really on online dating? But now it wouldn't be, nobody would bat an eyelid. No. People have online dating profiles. It would just be normal.
I think going back to the whole safety aspect of actually showing up and being the person that you say that you are. Again, I was talking to this guy that said that lots of people say that they're a he when they're, a she or a he, or it's something like that. But the best thing that came out, say the best thing that came out of our date, the most knowledgeable thing that came out of our date is that in WeChat, if you are deaf or hard of hearing, then the avatars will sign to you.
Yeah, I love that.
Which I think is absolutely incredible that they thought about that.
Yeah. I think that
in Meta yet.
The safety and consent stuff, it's always going to be there, isn't it? Whether it's face to face, or we've had our own experiences when we've gone into Meta where somebody's just been crude and horrible and coming up to us. Yeah. And I don't even know how you stop that. But, I mean, and I guess the only thing that you can do in those situations when you're in VR is you take your headset and you leave and you're done. The same with online dating, you just block, you're done. So
it's a difficult one, isn't it?
It is a difficult one because it shouldn't be there. The fact that it is,
it shouldn't be an issue, but it is still.
Yeah, absolutely. You can also change your avatars and things like that. So, but I think if you're sort of adventurous or you're a bit lonely, or even if it's something that it's not easy for you to do, this is a great way to experiment it. And I would imagine in a couple of decades time, it would just be the standard of, well, we do a VR date first. Of course we do, wouldn't even be a shock.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's cool though. I love that story.
So whether you're seeking a romantic relationship, bit of companionship, or simply expanding your social circle, embrace the metaverse as a tool to explore connections in a dynamic and immersive way. Be open-minded, enjoy the adventure, and let the magic of the metaverse enhance your dating experiences.
Remember, the metaverse is still evolving and new virtual venues and social spaces are constantly emerging. Stay curious, keep exploring, and embrace the infinite possibilities that await you in the ever-expanding world of dating in the metaverse. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Join us next week as we continue our journey into the metaverse. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Women of the Metaverse.
You can find all information, links, and people we talked about in the show notes on our website.
If you have enjoyed this podcast, please comment and subscribe.
Join us again in the next episode as we continue this exciting metaverse journey.